Hello guys, my name is Kiliyoshi and welcome back to the bonus playthrough where we can see our party has changed quite a bit. That's because we class changed up to the 4th and final class change that we could do. And with that in mind, we are now going around and trying to get every single little cactus in the game. We are 3 away from finishing that, but first we're gonna take a minor detour after do a lot of stuff. I've decided that I'm a bit tired and I want to at least check to see if the big Val is an instance or not. And also, after I get the low cactus, I might just run through the dungeon and defeat the boss. If she ends up being too difficult, then we can just retry later. But with that in mind, I'm gonna first try to find a save point somewhere. I don't want to get stuck doing stuff, so I'll try to go to Cascade Cavern, see if I can save there. I think we have to go through Rabbi Forest to get to there. That's what I would assume. Now that I think of it, Rabbi Forest is probably very close to where... Oh yeah, right. Now I remember. This is at the really close to the start of the game. So if we go to the town area here and then go into the area, we'll spawn in Cascade Cavern. Speaking of which, this Cascade Cavern one seems to be one of the most awkward little cactuses to get, at least so far. Now, this is obviously the entrance. Now I remember that Cascade Cavern is the first technical dungeon we went into, or cave area that led to a dungeon, with its first boss battle ever. Remember that? That was like a very long time ago that we were here. We haven't revisited since unlocking access to Little Cactus. So now we get to go back. Cool. Okay, it seems this whole area was unabsorbed by us. It's coming back. So when we visit Rabbi Forest, we are intended to come back here to get a little cactus at the end of this. Okay, these aren't really worth the time. Oh. Duran killed one for me. That was probably a trap. I would guess. Okay, so because of the level of this area, we could have potentially came back here as like the second or third one we got, although it shows it higher on the list due to being more difficult. Since there was only one left, just knock them out of the way while we're at it. I want to at least find a save point just in case that when we do go in there that it ends up leading into a battle. And that's what I'm about to check now. If it's not, then we'll explore the dungeon a bit and use our big class strike abilities to try and get experience. And then we'll return there later after getting the little cactus. The big thing I wanted to wait for is I didn't want to do the dungeon, of course, before also getting our last class change, and more importantly, before getting at least 40 little cactuses. This is just to ensure I have a chance to get a 3 times experience boost. Getting that in battle would be helpful. But anyway, think it's about time we go to the ungame content. It doesn't seem like the ungame content is very long, so we might actually end up just finishing it off today if the boss ends up being easier. Beyond that, I'm kind of just healing into the fight. I already have all the healing items I need. I can't really prepare a better weapon since the best weapon you can get is simply from farming seeds, so... Remember that dark orb we said we're going to ignore? Yeah, we're gonna go into it now. Oh, okay, even approaching it triggers a cutscene. No wonder. Just approaching it triggers a cutscene. Good grief. This has to lead to a dungeon, because otherwise how would we get to level 60 to 90? Just refarming the last zone of the game? Or... I don't know. If it's just a one-time cutscene, we better watch it. Safety. Alright. We could just go in here.
この先に大魔女アニスってのがいるのか。面白くなってきやがったぜ。覚悟はいいか。行くぜ、二人とも。
Let's see. If this is not a dungeon, we're just resetting the game so we can go back and get all the little cactus, because having to go back and do that after finishing this trilogy would be a little awkward. But we'll see. We're just checking it out for now. If I was smart, I would just run in here and do it. Certainly don't need all the little cactus. Anise Stockade. Oh, no, it looks like a full-blown area. I'll see how large it is first.
その上、厄介な敵もうようよしてそうだな。ああ、気をつけて進もうぜ。
Ooh. Okay then. It seems there is Looks like this is where we'll get our rainbow seeds. Hello, shade time kind of day. Okay. Oh, we can call Flammy from in here. Obviously, I don't want to explore the full thing yet, but I want to get the little cactuses. Having the rain might... Little Cactus Rain will probably give one character a lot of strength, so if it ends up being useful, I'll probably give it to Kevin, or if it doesn't seem useful but decent enough, at least I'll give it to Duran instead. Alright, well, our first thing we need to do is arrive in Burning Sands. Alright. This is one of the last areas we have to go in right now. In terms of finding items. Oh wow, it's deep. Up to the top area. It's really close to Shirtan, so to skip all of the encounters, we're just gonna go to Shirtan instead and exit right. That'll put us really close to where we're supposed to go, right? Alright. It's a bit tedious having to go for the civilian screen each time, but it is what it is, I guess. Like I said, I am gonna go for this a bit risky. Other than maybe defeating all the monsters at least once, I think I'm just gonna go straight for Shaitan and hope for the best. Oh, speaking of which, I need to equip my abilities. I'll simplify that and just do it after I get all the little cactuses first, because I'm gonna have to equip my items anyways. So I'll save us time by just equipping the cactus rain and abilities together. That's speedrunning for you. I know exactly when to do stuff. Alright. Now, Anise is probably the same between all storylines. I think Anise always appears at... Anise is the new hidden boss. Whereas... the default last boss is actually different based off of which character you pick first. Actually, it needs to be in here, right? Yeah, it's just hiding. There it is. This little sneaker just hiding in the middle of everything. I swear, little cactus is getting smarter by the minute. This one we could have potentially gotten early too. Alright, now let's see, where does the world map tell us to go next? Anise's Stockade. It's 27 boxes. Oh boy, it may. Okay, second thought we might be in for a longer run than I thought. If I'm going for 100%, then that means there's gonna be a lot of treasure to attain. Holy crap, dude! I did not know that there would be that much. Okay, this is the only other area that I went to. Oh, okay, Woods of Wanderer. That's simple enough. Right then, we'll get access to all the little cactus. And then we'll just kind of head on from there. Woods of Wanderer we explored quite a bit, so it's kind of sad that we missed it. Missed the little cactus here. It tells us where... I like how the guide that I'm looking at tells us where it is based off of the area. Remember this area? This is where we did our grinding. Speaking of which, we could potentially grind again. But it's not necessary because we're gonna do grinding anyways in the endgame dungeon. So you need to make sure we're strong enough to take on Anise the Witch. I guess on second thought I may end up grinding just to say that. Not sure if I'll go all the way to 99 or whatever, but... Okay, if this is one of those hour dungeons, I'm guessing I'll probably have to do other stuff. First, I have to go to the first area. Okay, that's easy enough. Okay, we have to go through almost the entire area to reach what we're looking for. Once again, these characters That's pretty much the only reason I did that, is because Kevin was so gosh darn close to level up. I wanted to make sure that he got on it before we did anything else. Alright. Now Kevin's finally caught up with everyone. What's with Kevin and suddenly being behind everyone? Well, for Kevin, we want as much strength as we can. I'm honestly not going to reset the class or reset the training points, because there's no reason to reset your training points when you could just grind more and stick to these guys. I I definitely do not want to fight these guys again. I've had just about enough of their shenanigans. Like beetles of some kind, I know they're really annoying. I can just go through the water at the end. Okay, this is more towards the end. We have to go up top, right? I'm not. Okay. This is where the cactus is. Okay, good. We can get it without a fight. Nice. Last little cactus. Ooh. At 200%. Biggest prize for you. 200% of CS garage when something happens. I have no clue what that is. Just as I thought. Well, time to use a magic rope. And get out and out, and out. Back to the start we go. Kind of annoying that it has to do a loading screen each time we do this, though. I don't think it does that necessarily in the original game, but who knows. By the way, the last dungeon is probably the only place we'll get rainbow seeds at a decent rate, so it'll be the best way to farm the endgame items anyways. That's probably what we'll have to do. You can watch the endgame. Items can also drop explosives, speaking of which we should probably activate before heading into the first fight of the dungeon. Beyond that, I don't need my guide anymore. I got all of the little cactus sightings I need. The main reason I did this, though, was for the first... I feel like, because there's a blind playthrough, it makes sense to get all the little cactuses. At the very least, they tell you where to look. Alright. Well, now we've gone through the cutscene once, we do not have to jump in the air again. Alright, well... You know what? Who cares about the other fights? It seems like those might just be refights in the end. Alright, time to set up our gear. Oh, I like this this battlefield. Just coming out of nowhere. Feels CS dodge while walking while clipped. Odd. That would have been more useful early on, but they could make it work maybe. Okay, that I honestly think my stats are preferred. It could be useful. It probably would have been useful if I did not also have the best items in the game most of the time. The only thing I'm really missing is Hawkeye's best weapon. Oh yeah, so while I was doing that, or looking to equip the chat to swing, I need to equip new abilities on all the characters. What's Cactus still do? 2% to all allies when battle starts. Okay. That I'm definitely equipping. That I'm definitely equipping. No reason not to have it. What else do I want? 10% when using charge attack? No. 2% of MP for all allies? That's actually pretty good. I'm just determining if there's an exclusive one I want to use. Damage CS boost again. Banish. Got our 10 MP is just for the person, no. Narrow escape. 50% chance of canceling stat decrease. like that. I don't like random ones. Poison when using power attack. Ooh, that could get deadly. I think I might put that on like Hawkeye or something. He has multiple hits, so giving him that would make him kind of busted, sort of. Let's put this on you though. And before I actually forget, let's put Toxin on Hawkeye right now. So now all of his abilities will just randomly poison the target. That could be really good. Let's see if he has anything good. Onto 2% chance of succeeding. 50% or above. No attacks better at breaking armor by 50%. When in class strike again. Beast Aura is really good. Effect delayed for 100% for status increase caused by move. So if he increases his stats for any reason, it's only something he could do. Alright, let's do that instead. Okay. Retain essentially boosts. I think Retain actually boosts our ability to do other stuff. I don't really use charge attacks much. I'm more into just basic attacking. Let's do this instead. We already want him to be offensive, so this will make him potentially decrease defense. That could be really helpful, actually. And then, kind of similar to other battles, I think we're just gonna run with exclusively Kevin, just because he has the most damage. Alright. Alright. Ooh, we can get honey elixirs here too as well. That's a single target attack. Darn it, Hawkeye! I wanted you to use your ability next. Didn't really give me a choice there. Okay, well, wait. Isn't this like a 200% battle? Wait, let's see. Does this actually add 200% when the battle starts? Oh yeah, it does. Oh wow. Okay, that is very broken for these beginner fights. Because that allows us to pretty much do a fast strike at the beginning of every single battle. Oh! Excuse me, that was kind of powerful. Okay, it looks like so far those only do damage to one target. There might be a good AoE in there. Oh, there's that poison coming out. That actually worked on an enemy. So Hawkeye being able to poison actually kind of makes a lot of sense. Alright. Okay. Tons of stuff to do first before we even do anything. Wait, if this happens upon battle start, we could just leave and come back on each area. Okay, this is only one out of many treasure chests. We're gonna have to go pretty far before we can get other stuff. But that still doesn't mean I'm still not gonna, like, go back and save when I get a chance. Especially when we take a lot of damage like that. Alright, but now we have to go here. Okay. Yeah, 27 chests is a lot. There's probably multiple tiers to this, therefore. Oh. Hello. Went straight to next guy.
ここはアニスによって作り出された幻影空間のようね。人々の記憶や深層意識をもとに構築されているんだわ。
なんだと？大魔女ってのは随分と趣味が悪いんだな。俺が前に出る。背中は任せたぞ。ついてこれるな。
Okay, this one can take out multiple enemies at once, but again, it's designed for boss battles, so that's essentially our ultimate attack to use when a boss battle appears. Okay, having that 200% CS gauge every single time we do stuff is really good. It allows us to use abilities almost constantly, and that's what we're going to make use of. Okay, that one ability, I'm not gonna lie, is kind of busted. Being able to get 2% CS gauge and all you have to do is start the battle means you could pretty much just infinitely fill your flash strikes by doing this, and then just spam your abilities like non-stop. It's useful, it makes all these battles at least 3 times quicker. So yeah, we get to just use Clash Strikes for this entire area. Well, that's cool. It makes it less dangerous because we don't have to worry about healing. Of course, there is sort of a limit. We can't use it on boss battles more than that, so we will still have to do those normally for the most part.
Anise! 作り物とはいえ、俺の故郷をこんなにしやがって。おいらの出番、それ痛いぜ。だいぶ金が貯まったな。重くて動きづらいから使っちまおうぜ。
Darn it, no XP boost yet. Wonder when the game will give us that. Okay, as it turns out, it seems like this dungeon might be one much longer than I thought. In fact, it's probably the longest dungeon in the game, I would guess. My aerial ability is starting to be less effective, so I'm going for this instead. Slightly quicker, does slightly more damage, so it's all around really useful. I'm gonna try and get the rainbow item seeds. That's the seed that gives us the best chance of potentially getting drops. Okay, so Low Cactus's rain might only be decent at best, but the running around can definitely be useful. You know what? Frick it. I don't care about Kevin's stats enough to do other stuff. I think I should be as aggressive as possible. So you know what? We're just gonna give it to him. So it just fills while walking. That's useful for a couple reasons. One, it'll give us more CS points just from running around, and it allows us to get more stuff by moving our character. And given Kevin's probably gonna do our main damage, we're going to be running around with him a lot. Speaking of which, I'm not sure if I should always use all of my offensive abilities right away. I heard tale that using some of your offensive abilities too early on certain battles will sometimes result in your character just doing stuff. Okay, this is enough. Oh, there's the 3 times experience. The nearby barrier's gone, huh? Okay, so we had to go up here anyway. Okay, this just went from being an actual proper game to being almost effortless. Only the boss battles are going to give us any of a problem. And even then, it seems like we might be overleveled anyway. Okay, something's gonna have to happen. I swear, the Bio Blaster or something is gonna give us a ton of problems. I wouldn't see why it would not. So the Bio Blaster in this area, Anise herself, is probably gonna be a really problematic fight. I'm just guessing, but that doesn't necessarily mean she will be. I'm just saying she might. And meanwhile, we're just spamming our big abilities right away. Again, it gives us the best chance of... Oh, I forgot to do something. Before we forget, let's use this. Should have used that a bit sooner, maybe. But it is what it is. Okay, this one's kind of tricky to aim. Even without that boost, freaking attack boost on like or even without the boost, being able to poison and upon damaging just works so well on Hawkeye, just because he has so many multi-hits. What's the imp sign do? I don't know. I should look at that before I forget. Oh, it just cancels out freezing burning attacks again. Honestly, I don't think it makes sense to give us ourselves experience by just or whatever. Alright. Not gonna lie, if anybody listens to that closely, it almost looks like he's shouting Hidoken at some point. Oh, these areas seem to change based off of what characters we pick to. I don't see any point of really putting stuff into our abilities if they're just not going to be useful until a little bit later, maybe. Oh. Where are we supposed? I was about to say, where are we supposed to go? There was somebody else. This is gonna be a trap, isn't it? Mimic, yep. Okay, this is where we actually probably should have used the attack. You know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna give him the big boy. Mimic is about to get wrecked. Okay, didn't kill it all the way. Stay calm. Okay, goodness, this is so busted. I don't know who thought this Cactus ability was a balanced ability, but is kind of overpowered for this part of the game. It just allows us to pretty much one-hit all of the battles consistently. We don't even have to worry about other stuff. It would seem useless at first, but it's so powerful that you could just use your class strikes whenever you want, and all of the time, rather than only some of it. Yeah. Good to know. Cactus ability, best chain ability in the entire game. We pretty much have the ability to win in every single encounter in the game now. Alright. It feels kind of interesting. We're not actually using just Kevin this time. I guess I kinda joked around. We're using all the different characters and just rotating their abilities back and forth. Just having them class strike everything down. Like I said, this is really consistent. Not only is this amazing for farming, but it guarantees that we get as close to the best percent that we can when getting the boosted points, meaning we always get the best possible word. Okay, I will argue that I should probably at least get up over this.
今の戦い、俺一人でも十分だったな。
Still took no damage, but Hawkeye sure take a beating. Let's help him out a bit. Of course, mimics are a little bit tougher than other enemies, so they do tend to get a couple of hits off. Again, I'm not sure who thought this was a busted ability. Like, being able to just fight whole streams like this really fast is incredibly quick. Makes it really efficient for endgame grinding. Alright.
Okay, 任せな。大別れだ。逃がしはしない。俺たちの野郎さんだ。ドリアード。なんだ、もう終わりか。拍子抜けだな。
Darn it, Kevin. I kinda don't want you to use nature ore right now.
準備はいいかい？今の時で最後のようだ。警戒を怠らずに進もう。
Goodness, this is so busted. I don't know who thought this was a balanced ability, but it's certainly not by any means. Just allows us to go through these all the crash checks everywhere.
この辺の時は全滅させたようだな。
Alright. If this was on difficulty other than normal, it would probably be a more interesting. I guess more specifically, if this was on hard, maybe it would still be semi-balanced, but still having the ability to get 200% of your CS gauge every time you just trigger a battle, that's so crazy. Oh gosh. Not this again. Alright, I'm gonna be right back. Don't mind me, OBS just being trolly again and desyncing itself for no good reason. Oh crap, I saved. This is probably only the third half of, like, the main part of the game. The only reason... Oh, what the frick? I just got out of this! OBS, will you cut it out? But yes, OBS was kind of just cutting around and doing stuff, and thankfully that was a bit quicker, but still, this is stupid that it happens every time. But yeah, I had to turn the console on and turn it back off to reset it. These guys are a bit far away, so I'm trying to make them come closer. Okay, I completely missed.
Okay, 任せな。覚悟するんだな。逃がしはしない。
There we go. Oh. Okay, this is a bit different. Okay, this one we actually have to play the way we're supposed to play. Game is not giving us a pass this time, so we have to do more or less normal battling here. I noticed these dragons. I know they're kind of iconic and cool looking, but it seems kind of odd that we should fight all of them at once. Maybe something different? They're pretty tanky though, so they don't go down in one hit with this ability. And now we're done. Ooh, we got a boost from this. Well, that helped out a ton. Seems like this might not be the only battle. This might be just one of few battles. Who knows? Yeah, as long as my time is not out yet, I'm just gonna keep going for this dungeon. Seems like they made it as large as possibly could. Okay, so that wasn't even it. That was just a mini fight, or wave battle, whatever. Alright. Okay, so each time we think we're done, it just extends by a whole nother area again. And then it's probably gonna continue even further. What's this, like Hawkeye zone now all of a sudden? Alright. Okay, so this seems like the semi-infinite dungeon almost. Just when we think we're done, it seems like we're just gonna get into more and more and more battles. This is really long. To be fair, they had to make it at least decently challenging, but this is a bit. This is a bit. I think this is a lot of work we have to do so far. Definitely tedious. Alright, well. Yeah. Okay, we had to go for that if we wanted to head through that. Unless we could just... Oh, okay, no, we can't go above it. I was hoping we could. That's annoying. Just have to get poisoned just to get past that. They just made it perfect. Oh, that is a barrier. We need to find the diamond to get that. Oh. So to say, how long is that gonna last for?
Okay.
I'm not sure which class strike is faster, but this one seems to be better at killing the enemies. It's just better overall. Alright. May as well use all the cookies that we still have. Get as much XP points as we possibly can from this. So, Anise is kind of tricky from the looks of it. She has the power to manipulate people's minds from first glance, which is how we are seen into literally the same areas that we were before, but they look a little bit different. On closer section, it seems like Kevin's area. It would make sense, I think. I certainly don't remember a noble looking like this. Nearby barrier is gone. Alright. Now we can go in here. Another one of these mimics. Nope, not a mimic. Instead, it's a seed. That's really important, I think. And will we get to use the seeds? A chance for rare items, I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Never mind what I said. This is definitely Nevelar Fortress, but why Hawkeye's zone next? He's not even our second character.
幻影とはいえ、ナバールのこんな姿を見せられるとはな。逃がしはしない。金がたまる。オッケー、任せな。俺一人で十分だ。見 こんなところかな。おいらやる。後悔し俺たちと出会ったことだ。
Alright. I'm not sure if I want to use that on all the battles, since it might be easier to just take the battles normally now at this point, and well, especially for the easy ones, so let's do other stuff. Because if those wave battles are going to show up again, then I should have those abilities already ready. That way we can use them on there instead.
さらに戦いのコツを掴んだぜ。行くぜ、おいら。おいらの技を見せてやる。邪魔をするわ。ダミューザ。これがおいらたちの実力。
Pumpkin 1 and chocolate. Okay, it could be a little bit before we actually get to the boss battle. The last battle area.
聞けなかったな。オッケー、任せな。
Alright. Okay, these areas are kind of massive actually to explore. Alright, now we're at the end of Hawkeye Zone, but what about... It's gonna be in the teleporter. Wait, this is just the 5th zone. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, how many of these are we gonna have to use? Oh darn it. Classic key transform before we were able to defeat him. We're gonna defeat him normally. That's only one enemy anyways, it's not gonna pose much of a threat versus like multiple. Oh my gosh, this is like a puzzle within a puzzle. Might have just gone back to the same spot we were before. Alright. Yeah, that's the spot we literally came in from. Because this is a individual hit on its own, we might be able to just take them out. Oh, I see now. If that misses, it'll just not even do it. Wait, so this has to hit something. If it doesn't, it just won't explode at all. I never knew that I could do that. See, I always just assumed that when it hit, assuming it hit, it would do its normal effect, and then that would be it. But oh gosh, this whole area is like a maze. Where the heck am I supposed to go, honestly? This is weird. Never seen an area this massive before. only thing we can do is just explore the areas one at a time. And we kind of want to, since there may be a rare item here that we don't know about. But so far, that's not the case.
注意しろ。敵襲だ。大分かれだ。逃がしはしない。相手が悪かったな。当然の勝利だ。
I think I defeated the enemy in one hit there because of his boost. There's our 3 times boost to experience. Well, that we don't even want. Let's see here. We can go here and get. Oh, this just leads to there. Okay, we have no choice but to go here. Yeah, this area literally is a maze. Goddess scales. That's the reset item. Allows you to reset to class 1. That would be useful if you wanted to like check out the other classes. Again, they just got knocked aside. They're so small that there's no reason to even attack them, it seems.
驚くほど手応えがなかったな。
I want to make sure I go to each platform at least once. So we went up last time, now we're gonna go this way. I just realized I think we have the refund ability with Kevin, so each time he misses with his specials, he's able to immediately refund the special back. Okay, there we go. Yes, so it has to hit something. Otherwise it won't do anything. And these things have kind of a tiny hitbox. They have a really tiny hitbox, so that's not easy to do. Oh great, we have choices again. This will just take us back to the same area we did before, so time to do something new.
Okay, 任せな。覚悟するんだな。逃がしはしない。
Oh, we could just do it again, why not? That's okay, that is really cool. Ability to just do stuff. That is likely a trap that takes us back to the loop, so we're gonna go the way unexplored instead. Dude, there's so much of a maze to this, it's hard to figure out where exactly you're supposed to go. Oh, I never used this before.
Okay, 任せな。おいら、やる。おいらの技を見せてやる。やってなかったな。
Okay, this is just a thing that takes us back to the area we did before. I just ran around it. I just realized we could do it. I guess somebody take it out normally. Hey, I'm no longer using my wave ability. This guy is small. will have to use this to break his shield. Haven't used that in a very long time. Usually the first ability tends to fall off towards the end of the game, whereas the later game abilities become more useful. Alright. Yeah, this is starting to get really confusing where you're supposed to go. Alright, before I finish this, before I go to the end, I want to be able to finish this. Okay, I just made the transform. That's not good. Whatever. After all that, I feel like it's probably better to just ignore those aeroplanes. Okay, let's see. We want to go deep, but the area we have to go deep is over there. I'm gonna start skipping these battles. They're getting boring, and also they're kind of starting to creep on my nerves a bit. I didn't say I was gonna skip all of them, of course. Kevin's just going crazy in the background. I'll at least make sure I get all the chests, but after that, I don't know if I want to go through this more than once. Okay, is this gonna be a forced battle? Oh, great. There's another item there. Ah, frick, they're too far in to ignore it now. Let's check out what it is. Because of the shapeshifter's transform ability, I think I'm just gonna try and fight them normally. That went a little bit faster. More Cup of Wishes. In the original game, I swear, it was not this easy to get items. In fact, it was much more difficult. You actually had to buy quite a bit of items in the game. Man, they don't even do much initial damage anyways while they're there. Alright. Oh, this dungeon is so long, man. Thanks to the experience, it'll probably take us close to level 80 by the end, but, other than that, it's quite a bit. This side has a bit of a length. We're like halfway through and only 8 treasure boxes in. Oh my gosh. Seems this dungeon might be the entire grind. Well, now that we're close to the end, let's spend all of our points. And I'm gonna put all of his into defense. What did he learn? I need to check. Oh, frick, it was this one. Okay, I definitely need that. Being able to increase our allies' defense, now that's kind of busted. That'll make everyone much more tanky, and it helps out a lot. And then we have... You are doing all strength. One in class strike again. He already has one, so I'll just boost it with the previous one, since I don't think that it can stack. Oh yeah, here it is. When HP at 100%, class strike increased by 100%. Yeah, okay, that will be really busted. %10 chance of destroying an enemy instantly. Doesn't seem worth it, since I don't think it would work on bosses. It'd be silly if it did, but, it'd be silly and funny if you could actually want to kill bosses, but I don't think I need that ability, because we already are one-shotting them for the most part. So, yeah, well, with that in mind, this is the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. If you like it, enjoy, cut, rate, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video where we hope this dungeon gets a little bit more difficult, because it seems like it's not been. Well, what am I saying? I'm a little scared that the boss is going to take us out, but it seems this dungeon is more than preparing us for what we can expect. So, I hope to see you guys later. Bye!